Hello everyone, my name is Mariam Mokhtar. Have you heard of the National Professors Council? Who are they and what do they do? The only recent contribution of a member of the National Professors Council that some of us can recall is that of Teo Kok Siong. He said that Chinese schools sow racism, and he caused a social political meltdown and a slinging match with some DAP politicians. So, what exactly is the role and function of the NPC, National Professors Council? The professors are supposed to represent the best minds in academia in Malaysia, but so far, they place more importance on protecting their own rice bowls by keeping largely silent. Have these professors made any meaningful contributions to Malaysian society? What are their suggestions to halt the brain drain, for example? Or what did they say about corruption? What did they say whether about Malaysian history should be rewritten with the discovery of an ancient Hindu-Buddhist civilization in the Bujang Valley of Kedah, which rivals that of Angkor Wat and Borobudur in Indonesia? Now, did the professors advise ministers on policy making? Have they spoken out against institutionalized racism in our schools? Have they spoken out about the covert conversion of minors? Have they mentioned the debilitating effects of racial quotas on a student's future and aspirations? What good do these professors see in affirmative action policies, and will they advise ministers to make a U-turn on the failed NEP, New Economic Policy? Dare these professors tell ministers that nothing in a tahfiz school contributes towards nation building, racial unity, or how to survive in 21st century Malaysia? Will the professors be bold enough to advise ministers that the 3 R's, race, religion, and royalty, will cripple the nation, and the country will not progress until everyone is treated with equality, justice, and fairness? When conservative politicians blame God for climate change or say that flash floods are God's punishment on humans, will the professors criticize the intellectually challenged MPs? So who do you believe? The Auditor-General's department, which said that the NPC, the National Professors Council, had abused its funding from, I think, 2019 to 2023, or that the NPC denied the allegations of graft? You decide. It is a straight choice between the Auditor-General and the NPC. Only one of them is telling the truth. Who do you believe? Now, this is a serious matter because each year, without fail, the Auditor-General writes lengthy reports about funds going missing, excessive wastage and leakages, but then very little is done about the issues. Crimes have allegedly been committed, but no one is found guilty, no one is made accountable for their actions, and no one assumes responsibility. And hey presto, the same abuses are repeated the following year with hardly any repercussions. It's almost as if a ghost, a hantu, committed all the crimes. The National Professors Council calls itself Pemikir Negara, national thinker, and on its website it claims that the council is a superior organization established by a special government. The use of superlatives makes the NPC appear pompous and self-righteous. The Auditor-General's department found that the NPC had abused its funding, but the NPC denied receiving government funds and claimed that it was self-financing and had received donations. But Malaysians are used to this typical response from those in authority, because didn't the convicted felon Najib Abdul Razak use the same lie, same excuse about 1MDB, and he said that the stolen money was a donation from an Arab prince? Shame on the professors. They are supposed to set a good example, and yet they failed the nation. Misdeeds listed in the Auditor-General's report include the misuse of, I think, around 374,000 ringgits to benefit two companies in which two trustees had failed to declare an interest. The NPC chairman and his deputy received a total of 207,000 ringgits, but approval of the payment had not been given by the relevant minister. So what does this minister do? Gaji buta again? No audit has been conducted on the National Professors Council since its formation in 2014. Now this is despite the NPC receiving 35 million ringgits, 35 juta ringgit, taxpayers' money, okay, in management grants from the government from 2015 to 2018, then again in 2022 and in 2023. What has the NPC to show for this money? Because the expose by the Auditor-General has shown that it functions like a clone of a mismanaged government department. The NPC has not enriched the lives of Malaysians. It hasn't mine. I don't think it has yours. Possibly, not every professor deserves to be labelled as a Kangkung professor. But then, we should not trust anything whose formation has its roots firmly established by politicians. Do remember that the NPC was inspired by Muhammad Khalid Nordin, the then Higher Education Minister, and it was launched by Najib. Najib lagi. Everything that Najib touches simply turns to dust. But I say this: punish those professors who abused their powers and mismanaged the public's money. The government should try and get back all the Rakyat's money. And then just disband the National Professors Council. I'd like to know your reaction. Thank you for listening. Speak to you soon. If you like my videos, please press like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please also visit my Patreon channel if you wish to sponsor me. Thank you.